Why aren't your prayers being answered the way you want them to be? Sin cuts us off from God. It genuinely does. Jesus, God's Son, went to the cross. Before that, he took a horrible, horrible beating. Watch the movie called The Passion, and you'll see the most biblical rendition of that beating he took. And then he went to the cross, and his beard was ripped off his face, and he was driven, and his arms were driven through with stakes, spikes in his feet, and his side was pierced with a sword, and it was just horrible what he went through for you, to forgive you of your sins. But sometimes we have this mentality that, well, sin ain't that big of a deal, but it was to God. And because sin would send you to hell, and it would separate you from him forever and ever, and Jesus came to this earth to die for your sins. It is a real big deal. Although people may play with sin now, ain't that big to do. God's going to forgive me, And just because you go, well, God forgives, not if you don't confess it to him. He says if you confess your sins to him, he forgives you. And he alone can remove that scarlet stain, that sin that seems impossible to get out. He can do that. And he will, if you confess your sins to him, is what he's talking about.